Alright, figured I'd do a little segment on this. I didn't do a build video of it because I forgot to. But, but I took some photos along the way, so maybe I can throw some of those in. So what I wanted to do, over in Wallace, where the new public track is, and there's going to be a small little bridge crane, I wanted some type of shed, building, storage area, in addition to, lumber outside and things like that, just a building where the guys could work out of and store materials that come in prior to going to customers. So I had these two kits in my box of rocks, and these are MBZ kits, European prototypes, which I had for a long time. Nice kits. They're like a cardstock kit, but definitely have kind of a European look to them. That's back when I was modeling that prototype, actually the Bavarian railroads in Germany. Anyway, long story. So I had these for a while, and you can see the prices. You can still get them. You can see the prices. They're kind of ridiculous. They're really not, to me, now I'm not trying to insult MBZ, but to me they're not really necessarily worth, $30 a kit. They're card. Nice kits, but $30 worth? No. But anyway, I had them. So I figured, darn it, I'm going to use them. So what I did was I took those two kits and made it into this. So you can notice what we have here. This is the aux building here, which is this one. Now it's been modified. I flipped the walls around. I added a door at this end. I replaced the doors with Tichy doors and masonry windows, just a little bit more Americanized, since this is in America. This back here is the other aux building. Again, flipped around. That's been covered up. Windows were opened, and I put in Tichy windows that were actually left over from another kit. This little addition here is scratch built with some leftover wall material, and I added a door that was left over from, I think that's from the Winchendon Laser Modeling 3 kit. So I just kind of scratch built that. I'd left over of the corrugated roof material, so I used that. I replaced this roof with Northeast scale lumber shingles, dark green. I think it looks cool. This roofing is the material that I got from Bill, kind of a corrugated-like material. I just thought it looked neat. The concept here is over time, that they've expanded and added on to this as I needed to increase their ability to handle materials. And then I also added a couple details on the front. There's a non-working light, some type of little box there. I don't know what it is. It looks cool and boxy. And then over here, you can see there's a little valve and some kind of cool looking vent thing. I don't know, look venty and valvey, look neat to me. Those are actually, I hate to say this, those parts and the doors I used for the end, I'll spin it, I actually stole from a fine scale miniatures kit. I know, I actually got the kit at one of the Pensy conventions for like 25 bucks because I've always wanted to build one. It's a small little freight station. Freight station doesn't look right to me, but the details are awesome. One thing I'll say about fine scale miniatures is their castings, barrels and brooms and boxes and whatnot are much cleaner than I've seen nowadays. So that there's definitely $20 worth of detail castings. Anyway, the concrete here are left over from the South River Model Works kit that I probably wasn't going to use, so I had to cut it a little bit to get different pieces. But I'll use one here. This is where the track and the bridge crane are going to be up at this end, so they can go into there and store stuff. This all, has some barrels and other details laying on there. I have some piping, tubing to lay into these racks I added over there. I did add pike stuff, gutters and downspouts. I wasn't gonna, but I'm looking at it like, could you imagine being a worker here having to go in that door when it's raining? It'd be a mess. And plus here on the pad, so I did add gutters and downspouts. I didn't do it there on the back side of this, so don't tell anybody. The interior here, it's interior detailed, with some barrels and boxes and clusters of stuff, and a light. Here, the leads coming out here. So I have an LED light in here. since this end of it, try to spin this, and there goes my paper. Now this won't be very visible inside, because the light here at my bench is, oops, sorry about that, is not very good. But let me, okay, hold on, it's going to get a little jumpy here while I try to do this one-handedly. Alright, you Mr. Instructions, get out of there. So those doors, again, I really like those doors, and I wanted them open. Nothing from Tichy or Grant Line that I had would work. So they're also out of the Fine Scale Miniatures kit, because they're really nice looking doors. I don't know if you can be able to see the details that are on them, but they're nice. Anyway, so I painted them up. They actually have hinges on the back. So when I cut this opening, I trimmed it with some, maybe 2x4s or something like that, some real thin wood. Added it, and then, again, it's probably not enough light to see the interior, but it is interior. Maybe when I get a light, I can show it. So, I just thought I'd show that, and how you can take kits that you already have and perhaps rework them. And in all honesty, it probably would have been easier for me just to scratch build this, just given the amount of work that I went through to do it. But it was fun. It was really, really fun. Man, I really enjoyed myself. You know, taking the two kits and modifying them and changing the roofs and trying to make it look more Americanized. Oh, I added also, the main thing I did, which you probably can notice, the exterior is brick. And what that is Clever Models. I printed off, I looked at, 4 or 5 different bricks they had and kind of liked that. So I printed that off and then carefully glued it to all the sides, then cut out the openings through the brick paper, glued it in the windows. It's probably not perfect. I mean, there probably should be some type of lintel or something here. I don't claim to be an expert on masonry construction, but you know what? It looks good. I like it. It's kind of a unique shape. It's not something that no one's going to recognize these kits. Well, a few you might, if you're from Germany or Europe and you're familiar with MBZ. I shouldn't say no one will. But again, not many people are going to recognize this, so it's going to look like a unique little building. So I like it. So that's to go over into Wallace. And I do some photos kind of showing as I went through it, but I did forget to make a video. I know people are probably tired of my rambling build videos anyway, so maybe I'll slap some photos on here with some gentle, soothing music just to kind of see how things went together and went along. And next we'll see it on the layout at some point. Alright, the new little shed building for Wallace. It's done. It's going to go on the layout next. What I did, brought it back to the workshop after I determined I had to do some more leveling over there, so that's drying up. So I came back here and did a couple things, not a lot. I decided to go around the entire base with a little coat of matte varnish, Vallejo matte varnish, just because it's going to be scenery and some wet water and diluted Mod Podge and all that kind of fun wetness. So just to kind of help seal it, I decided to weather this roof a little bit. It just seemed to lack some character. And then when I had it over on the layout, and it sits this way, and I was looking at it, so you can see I did some more weathering here on the back. But what I decided to do, I don't know how well this will show up in my poor workshop studio. Alright, so what I did was, okay, I needed a gutter back there. But I was like, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. This is just for fun. Maybe this will show up, maybe not. Let me see if I can. Oh, you probably can see. So what I did, I added a gutter out to here. And then, uh-oh, what happened? Gutter must have, oh boy, it's falling apart. And in fact, this downspout is all out of cattywampus here. If I can spin this so you can see that. So I wanted to model that just for the fun of it. Yeah, yep, it did have a gutter, but it started to fall apart. Obviously something happened. Maybe it got backed up and jammed up and started to really kind of damage the roof a little bit. And it fell to the ground. And they're like, you know what? It's the back. I don't have the money. I don't care. I'm not going to fix it. Or so said the owner. Hey, times are tough in the late 50s. So that's the way that's going to look. And then I do have another piece painted that I might kind of rust up, and then I'll lay it down in here like it fell down, and they never picked it up. This will be kind of a scruffy lay down area, so I might actually have the gutter the original piece that was there before it so unceremoniously fell to its doom. Have it laying there on the ground. So, alright. So, with the additional weathering, kind of like that. A little bit of character there with the gutter in the back. And now, you know what I'm going to do? Let's do a test of the lights. Because I really should have done that before. Let me hook it up and see if it works. Woo, it works. Okay, now I don't know how well that weather won't show up. Again, it's just not a huge building, but I did have some interior details. Just some general storage type stuff inside there. A little bit of a stain on the floor from the barrels there. You probably won't be able to see them because I don't know. They're laying along there. Something there way in the back. Captain, we can't focus. Alright. Okay, so that's the interior. And again, since it's going to be, you know, close to the aisle, right on the front of the layout, I decided to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to have exterior lights around it as well. So it'll probably be a pretty cool little scene. Okay, so now we're done. Going to get this bad boy back over and installed on the layout. Okay, here it is in position over in Wallace at the end of the new spur track, which is right here, and a little bridge crane is going to sit in here somewhere. You know, so obviously, so they can pull the car through and unload the whole car. If I put it back here, they couldn't unload the whole car. So anyway, so there it is. Got it in. I got the pads in. I added another little bit when I was looking at it outside this door. Just figured, I'll use some of the Monster Model Works cobblestone. Like they put just a little bit of a pad there, so I got that in and weathered up. Now obviously it's ready for the ground covering and scenery. Here's the back side again with the gutter, the broken gutter, and the pulled away downspout. The fence I mentioned, which I actually have right there, that's going to go right along in here. So I just need to be real careful with that because again, if I look at a cross-eyed, it's going to break. But what I'll probably do is just put some dabs of paint on the bottom of the posts, set it in so it marks the holes, and just, you know, knock some little holes in there for it to go in, and glue it down and get ready for scenery. So there we go. That is the little shed, the scratch bash, as it were, of the two MBZ sheds and the little Scratchbuilt Addition, ready for scenery and then full service over here in Wallace.